Hey guys, Maniac here with GameAccess.net. I was really looking forward to playing Silent Hill HD Collection this month, but when I went in to check the status of my pre-order, it turns out that the game has been delayed until at least March. I was really disappointed about that because while I have played Silent Hill 2, I don't have a copy of it for myself. I know that's going to sound really weird. It's like, how could somebody who was like obviously had so many games and everything else and all these games in your collection, how do you not have Silent Hill 2? Well, sorry, I just don't. I have played it, but I just missed out on that whole time when the game was available, and now the game is no longer available. It's considered, because it's it's considered a cult classic. You can't find copies of it really anymore. It's very disappointing. So I really was looking forward to the HD collection being released, because now I could finally have a copy of it myself. I'm really happy with a lot of these HD collections being released. They're giving people like me who don't have some of these games the opportunity to get these games that I missed out the first time around, and to be able to play them on modern high-definition televisions. So I got 2 months to kill. Now, so do some of you. Obviously, the game is not coming out until March. Where are you going to get your horror fix from? And HD Collection was going to be pretty cheap. It was only going to be about 40 bucks in the U.S. A typical new release is 60. Where can you get some fix that'll last you for like 2 months? Well, I was going through Amazon, and I was going through another couple of sites, just, for new games. Found some really good prices on some brand new games, both online, just through various means. And I thought, why not share some of the deals I got with you guys? So I want to start off first with showing this game. Now, I want to just preface this by saying that, well, first off, these are older games. They're at least a year old, probably 2 years old also. But they are from this generation. They vary in platform. But the thing is to remember, at least for my guidelines, they're horror games or survival horror games. Could be action games, could be adventure games. I'm a little bit, as long as it meets the horror genre, I figured it was okay for the list. And if it was under 20 bucks, or 20 bucks or lower. Most of these games are terrible, or at the very least have been terribly reviewed. I've played them, or at the very least I've played part of them. I played through almost all of them. But there's one or two I will mention that I haven't played through completely. So I can vouch that at the very least from what I've played, the reviewers either were right, were wrong, or it didn't matter. You're only spending like so much money for it. It's fine. So let's put the first game on the list, shall we? I wanted to start off with probably the first of this group I have played. Dead Space. This is the Xbox 360 version. It's also out for the PlayStation 3. You can find this online or in stores for 20 bucks, brand new. $19.99. If you buy it online, you might be able to save a few pennies off of it. But just remember that you're probably going to be getting the Greatest Hits edition or the Platinum Hits edition of the game. But if you can't find the regular edition without any of that, it'll probably be the same price. I really like this game. I played it back when it came out, when it was at full price. I really liked it. I'm not much of a survival horror fan, although I have, since playing this, become one. I really enjoyed this game a lot. I don't know if it's because I really liked movies like Aliens and Event Horizon. In fact, I just picked up Event Horizon on Blu-ray right after Christmas. I don't know if that's why, but this game really resonated with me, and as well as the later, the expanded universe of it. In fact, actually, I have been requested by a person online who watches my podcast. I should say, watches and listens to my podcasts. Has requested I do this for the podcast coming up, and I have considered it. So look for that coming up in possibly. In case you're curious about what the difference is between the Xbox 360 version and the PS3 version of this, I want to make note of this, having played through both. This is locked at 720. I know it says in the back of the box it's 1080. That's a lie. This game is locked at 720. Graphics are not as good. I played through the Xbox 360 version in full 1080p. It looked just fine on 1080p. I also didn't notice any frame rate drops on the Xbox 360 version. I did notice frame rate drops on this version. Very rare, very minor. Not anything show-stopping, but they were there regardless. I don't know if this has to do with effects or whatever, but there were a few frame rate drops here. Again, they slowed down the frame rates. They didn't have chop or anything like that, but you could definitely notice the drops. The thing I wanted to also mention was that this actually has in it, at least I should say this version actually had a concept art gallery for Dead Space. Ironically enough, the Xbox 360 version didn't. I don't know why. But that's kind of odd. You could watch actually in the extras of the Dead Space concept art. You couldn't do it in this version. I don't know what was up with that, but I just wanted to make a reference to that. Okay, the next game on my list was a game I probably wouldn't have played if it wasn't for the happy video game nerd. This is Splatterhouse for the Xbox 360. There is a PlayStation 3 version. This game got abysmal reviews. Abysmal reviews by the developers. I'm sorry, by the critics. After seeing the Happy Video Games Nerd review of it, I picked it up for less than 20 bucks, probably like $17. I think the PS3 version is just about as cheap, if not cheaper. This game was pretty good. I liked it a lot. The achievements were really easy. Granted, so were the achievements and trophies on Dead Space as well. But I really liked it. I thought the gameplay was good. I thought the storyline was interesting. I really liked that they included the bonus games, Splatterhouse 1, 2, and 3, the original versions of all of them. I really liked it. I'm not a Splatterhouse. I wasn't a Splatterhouse fan before playing this game. I'm a Splatterhouse fan now, and that's why I have I picked up the Splatterhouse. It's up there in my trophy case somewhere. Is the Splatterhouse Terror Mask that I got. So that was a really good buy. And plus, like I said, you could probably find it right now on Amazon for less than probably around $17, I would say. This one right here, Deadly Premonition for the Xbox 360. There's also a PS3 version of this, although I haven't played that either. I have played through this a little bit. I first became aware of Deadly Premonition when watching the Spoony One's Let's Play of it about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. Really thought it was interesting, and after I actually played through Silent Hill 2 with a friend, shortly sometime around the time of seeing that Let's Play. Certainly after seeing that Let's Play, and I've definitely noticed when playing through Silent Hill 2 for the first time that this game was very heavily influenced by Silent Hill 2. Not just the art style, but the gameplay controls very, very, very similar, I thought. This game was trying very much to be Silent Hill 2. I don't know if that's a positive or a negative to put it, but I just thought that was my personal experiences with it, just what I noticed immediately. I haven't played through much of this game. I have played through the prologue. I have played through some of Chapter 1. I have not beaten it by any means. But I can say that the achievements are really easy to get. Most of them are just story-driven. And it's not nearly as bad as most of the critics said it was. Again, you can find this game. I remember when it was brand new. Heck, a year ago it was brand new for 20 bucks. Now you can probably find it for about, I think I paid 17 for this brand new. Still with the factory seal on it. By the way, I'm saying these are games you can still find new with low prices. Don't even bother getting amused. Okay, this one I got new in the store a couple months ago. I don't know if it's still available, but you could probably find it. Bayonetta for the Xbox 360, the PS3 version you can also get. I heard the PS3 version's graphics are not nearly as good, so keep that in mind. Haven't played this game very much, but I do know for a fact that most of the achievements in this game are not as easy as I'd like to think. So it's certainly that some of these are kind of crazy, but so it's not like a walk in the park kind of achievement. There's a lot of achievements for just every kind of thing. But it was a cheap game that I got in stores for like 15 bucks, and trust me, for 15 bucks, wasn't that bad a buy. I mean, obviously this game did launch at 60 bucks, but now you can probably find it for much cheaper. For that price, it's not a bad game. Had a pretty damn good gameplay, I thought. I really did enjoy the gameplay quite a bit. The story was passable. But then again, I didn't get very far in the game, probably about 2 chapters. But what I played, I actually enjoyed. I just got caught up by playing other games and I never got back to it. Maybe I should later on. Okay, this next game is going to be kind of controversial. I'm just making sure that I've got it. Because this game is absolutely horrible. Just terrible. I picked this game up for $7 brand new. Alone in the Dark Inferno for the PlayStation 3. if you can find this game, make sure it's less than $10 and make sure it's the PS3 version. Don't even bother with. I mean, I actually had the unfortunateness of being interested in this game when it came out, and I got the I got the PC version of it. That was a fucking mistake, I have to say. The PC version, if you can find it in stores at all, don't even bother with it. It's not even worth the plastic it was printed on. The reason why is because it never was patched, and it actually has DRM in it, which means it's pretty much unplayable after just a few installs. The thing to remember about it is that Alone in the Dark was immediately considered to be one of the worst games ever made when it launched. I think that it got as a little bit of a bum rap, but most of the bad comments about it were certainly deserved. A lot of the harsh reviews of it were also quite deserved. I just think that there were a few qualities about the game that made it worth probably the $7 I paid for the PS3 version. One was the story was interesting, at least to me. I thought that the story and the atmosphere were quite interesting. Heck, the music wasn't even that bad either. The gameplay was absolutely fucking horrible. And trust me, you are going to be itching to use the chapter skip buttons, and you should not be, because you're going to be in a lot of frustrating segments. That having been said, the PS3 version did omit a lot of the harshest things that could be fixed really quickly, particularly the need for batteries in the flashlights, as well as one or two other things involving health or something like that. I don't remember exactly how much they fixed, but I do remember that they removed the need for batteries in the flashlights. They also added in a much-needed checkpoint into the vehicle driving segment at the end of Chapter 2, which, trust me, was very, very badly needed. A lot of the fixes were added for the for the Xbox 360 version. So if you have the Xbox 360 version, they might have patched that. They did not patch the PC version. I seriously doubt they will, because Atari just doesn't do that. But you might actually be able to find some of this stuff. The one thing that they did have that's exclusive to this version of the game is that there's a really, really badly designed subway section where you're fighting a monster on the subways as the subway is leaving the station. It's really awful. It's really badly designed. It's really frustrating. But that's like one thing that this version of the game has that no other versions of the game will have, because they couldn't be patched in. They would have violated the size limits on the Xbox 360 system. That having been said, this definitely has some of the easiest achievements / trophies that I've ever seen. I've certainly platinumed it. I platinumed it within like 2 or 3 days. So there's that. Now I want to just mention one other game. That's Dead Space 2. Since we're talking about horror games, I just wanted to bring this up. This does violate my my rules, because this game probably will cost you new about $25. The reason why I'm bringing this one up is actually because, you know, if you're a Dead Space fan and you like the first Dead Space, certainly look this game up. It improves the first game quite a few ways over. If I can recommend anything, get the PS3 version of the game, because, like it says, the limited edition version, it includes Dead Space Extraction, which is like, I think, $15 on the PlayStation Marketplace, or probably about $20 minimum for the Nintendo Wii, which was the platform it launched on. In fact, I remember paying the full $50 for Dead Space Extraction on the Wii when it launched, when it came out, because they hadn't talked about that it was going to be brought to any other platform at the time. And so I remember buying it directly on the Wii because I was such a fan of the original Dead Space when I played it. This game, I wanted to mention about this version of the game, it does support full 1080p. It also is completely seamless. There's only one disc. Yep, there's only one disc. The Xbox 360 version actually has multiple discs. And for a game that has no checkpoints and, has no loading screens, it actually breaks the seamless flow that they were going for with the game. I also heard it has better frame rate, stuff like that, but I can't confirm that because I haven't played the 360 version. So, there's just some things that I think they're kind of interesting to think about. I know there's going to be 2 months to kill until Silent Hill HD Collection comes out, so There's just a few things you guys can take a look at. Until next time, guys, this is Maniac with GameAccess.net. I'll see you online. Over and out.